Hey, it's Turnovision. It's time for Junior Eurovision. We've watched all the entries and have some harsh critiques to spread around.
Mostly compliments and good things to say. This year Eurovision seems to be quite strong.
Yeah, there's a lot of good competitors out there. Let's take a look at them.
So the first is UK, Freya Sky.
Yeah, you get what you want when you want it. Your kind should have come with a warning. I lose my head over here.
And we thought that this was a very trendy modern song, but it felt a little bit more adult than what we're used to for Junior Eurovision. It's a strong entry either which way. The video was pretty impressive as well.
I think with such entry, UK has all the chances even win the whole thing.
Absolutely.
It's a very promising, very strong entry.
Great. So next is the Netherlands.
Tijd voor feest. Ik doe een drankje en een dansje met vrienden om me heen. Get ready for la festa. La 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 la. Everything's perfecto.
And we liked the song by Luna. We thought there was a lot of good use of colors. She's a very good performer.
Very nice song. I really enjoyed the melody. Probably my favorite melody of this year.
Yeah, you mentioned.
And Luna is so gorgeous and beautiful. Her smile is just making my day every time when I watch that video.
Yeah, there's a lot of really neat dancing too. So good competitors, strong competition.
Very
strong
awesome,
entry.
positive vibe. Next is North Macedonia.
Take on long bed, break I'll save love for another day. So I don't really care.
Yeah, there was some. To start off with, the beat felt just a little bit off, but this was a very good song for Junior Eurovision.
It's like a perfect song for Junior Eurovision.
Yeah, something was a little bit off on it. I like it. I think there's time to improve, definitely.
It was more than one performer. There was a rap part.
There's always a boy rapping.
Love that part.
Yep.
Always brings something special to the song.
And it was a really good mood too, positive vibe.
Yeah, you just want to smile and enjoy. Yeah, it was a little bit too many elements in the video, almost like you don't understand the story fully.
Yeah, it was a little distracting, but
Yeah.
overall, pretty good.
Pretty
good.
Next is Malta with
Gaia Gambuza, I hope I'm saying that right.
So count with me, 1, 2, 3. Look at all the wonders I see planets turn around. Watch them dancing around the sun. Never close our eyes, we're diamonds in the sky.
Wow, what a great video.
Oh wow.
Very,
I
very
really
cool.
enjoyed the video.
Yeah.
It's that special feeling. It was like really interesting, entertaining to watch. You really wanted to know the story.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of 80s vibe, a lot of Stranger Things, which I think is an international kind of sensation,
Yeah.
but it's filmed here in Atlanta and the US can't get enough of it, so very cool, we loved that. The song itself was really good too. The instruments, the synthesizers for being an 80s song were perfectly on point.
Her voice, I
Yeah.
really loved her voice. It's so pleasant.
Yeah, absolutely. This was probably my favorite entry so far.
Yeah.
So, wow, Malta, great job. Next up is Spain and Carlos Higas.
Da, baila conmigo, señorita, ya, 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 ya. Baila, la, 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 la. Ritmo, fiesta, bailar. Súbelo. Baila, 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 baila.
What'd you think of this one?
I really like that one too. Nice sets. Really like the outfits they were wearing. Very trendy, very cool.
Very.
The song,
Yeah.
very good song. Excellent song for Junior Eurovision.
I totally agree. Very on point and appropriate for Junior Eurovision. For me, the starting point was his charisma, though.
Yes.
That kid has it going on. I mean, he's got the it factor. He can sing, he can dance, he's good looking, he has something cool about him, too. I really enjoyed that. It's a good song.
Next is Albania. That is a little bit like hard.
If I'm being honest, I liked last year's entry better.
Yeah, I loved last year entry.
Yeah, it's
This
really good.
year, she has a great voice, right?
She does.
But this song feels a little bit boring. Maybe revamp could help. Maybe
Yeah.
they can do interesting performance.
Well, I think the talent is there for certain. I think they
Yes.
just need to take some time and maybe think about livening it up a little bit. As it
Yeah.
was, it wasn't as impressive as I was hoping for, especially given what they did last year, how much I loved that. So
Yeah.
we'll see. There's plenty of time to pull it off.
Next is Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
And that is a huge, big ballad. Almost feels like something for adult Eurovision.
It really does, with the kids singing and not singing poorly by
No,
any
he did
means.
great.
The song is huge and powerful, though.
Yes.
It might be a little bit too big for what I prefer for Junior Eurovision, but I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of people out there who would disagree.
What we love the most about this is cinematography, right?
That video is really, really cool. Very impressive. The way they shot it, and I think that's going to give it a big boost early on.
Yeah. Very felt symbolic, you know?
And topical as well.
And topical, yeah. Definitely a remarkable entry.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, now we have Serbia.
Boli mi tatu I ponajviše od svih svog malog batu.
It made me feel like I'm young and it's my first love. Like really put me like in that feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole vibe is very retro in that song.
I think a lot of people are going to be reminded of their first love, and I think that's a good entry for Junior Eurovision
Yes.
to win over some judges by pulling on those heartstrings. It was
Yeah.
really cool. There was a good retro feel to the whole thing. I really appreciated it. There were trombones being played in the mall.
That is cool by itself.
Awesome. Very cool. Not bad. Looking forward to seeing this one.
Yeah. Next is France.
Oh maman, oh papa, si me ça des écritures dans ma tête. Oh maman, oh papa, oh papa, oh maman.
And as usual, they have picked a very charismatic child.
And good quality work overall, right?
Excellent. It was a very unique song too.
Yeah,
It
compared to
stands
the
out
rest
to
of
the
the
rest of the entries. Is kind of its
Yeah.
sound and feel. There was a lot of impressive vocal things happening too,
Yeah.
and I wonder if he could pull that off live.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see.
Right, but I think what got me the most is that how much fun he looked like he was having
Yeah.
during the whole thing.
Yeah, that is true.
It was a big budget affair, but not as big as last year. You know what I mean? It kind of felt like this was a normal amount of money. Like France maybe emptied the coffers last year for it. But if I'm being honest, I don't know if I liked it as much as last year's. This one felt a little bit more overproduced and maybe not quite as natural as last year's entry.
Yeah, but at the same time, it felt like actually it was not very produced.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's hard to explain.
That's being super critical of France,
Yeah,
who
yeah.
always puts forward a really
We
good
just
entry.
expect a lot from France.
Exactly.
Next is Poland with Laura.
Yeah.
Find a way, I think it's better to have dream and lost than to keep saying never. Only sky will be the limit. It's your time, so please believe it.
Just
And
Laura.
it looks like she's probably the youngest
By
this
far.
year.
By far, yeah. She looks a lot younger than the other
Very
competitors.
cute.
incredibly good singer. And
Yeah.
looking forward to seeing what she can do live.
Yeah.
This was a really cool video. The song itself, I think, feels a little bit, maybe a little dated.
Not too much, maybe like several years,
Just
but
a few, but it's still good. It's still a
Very
very
good
good song.
song, yeah.
But that video was really neat. It felt like they did a ton for having not maybe a very big budget, but the filming locations were excellent. That museum, it was really neat to see that. I think it's
Yeah.
perfect for a Junior Eurovision video. And I think overall, it's still just a really impressive entry from such a young girl. Good job, Poland.
next is Portugal.
Ter nascido nos anos 70. Deixa-se louco, só pouco, ter pouco desse céu.
And what we love about Portugal, they always try to do something different.
Always.
We loved last year entry. It
Yeah.
was so unique and nothing like nothing else.
They always do something really cool, both in
Yeah.
adult and junior Eurovision. Always something different, which is awesome. This year, I think they went for that rock feel.
Yeah, rock
which I
ballad.
don't think really anybody else tried to capture too much of. Just kind of a straight rock and roll song. I loved him. I thought he was great and was perfect to sing such a song. They picked
And
the
then
right
just
kid.
not just a rock. Remember those moments when he tried to show like a bit tender singing and like very big spectrum of
Yeah.
different kinds of singing. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, a large range, vocal range in terms of
and
genre.
styles of singing. Like he really did great.
Yeah, I think he's a charismatic kid, a good performer. I'm excited to see what that is like live. You know, rock is all about the live show, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
So now we have Georgia.
Think what we always need, think what we always want.
We loved last year's entry from Georgia. That was probably my
for
favorite.
number one.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah.
I think this year is definitely a different direction.
Yeah.
This year is an artistic direction, and the song itself is powerful, but
Yes.
without being too boring either.
But it definitely brings the message.
Message of peace.
Yes.
I loved that. That was really good.
The video was very artful.
hmm Finally, I think what I liked the most on that one was just the background song in general. You know, the song overall with the lyrics and everything was very powerful, but that background song was well produced, and I really
Yeah.
enjoyed that.
Yeah. Next is Ireland.
Is mission soulless. Is tomei konila.
Sophie Lennon.
And it was probably the most Irish thing I have ever seen in my life.
One very Irish girl. It was cool. It was really neat. This one was, you know, kind of had a Game of Thrones fantasy vibe to it.
Yeah, it's like fairy tales. Like
Yeah.
it's almost there's special magic about it.
There was. I have to say, it was a little incoherent by the end. I couldn't quite tell everything that
It's
was
about
happening,
light.
but it really was cool. It was neat to see that.
I really love entries like that for Eurovision when people just come and bring their culture
Yeah.
and like make you interested in their culture.
Yeah, I think she was taking a few cues from Enya, another Irish artist who
Yes.
lives in castles. I think there's a lot of similarities there. And good on you. I love Enya. So, very cool, Ireland.
Great entry.
Yeah.
Next is Italy.
Yeah,
What
so
do you think?
I really liked this song. This was one of my favorites. I think I liked it a little bit more than you did, but
Yeah, it's a good song.
it
really.
was. I think it was really neat. It was fun and modern, which was my main
Yes.
takeaway.
Love the video. The
Mhm.
idea of the video is very cool.
Yeah, it didn't feel like a huge budget, but they did a lot with it, and it was a neat idea for certain.
Definitely was interesting to watch.
Yeah, so what about her voice? I thought it was pretty good.
Very good, and she's more like looking more adult.
Yeah, she had more of a mature voice and,
Yeah.
and feel to her than some of the other contestants this year for certain. But overall, I think this was one of my favorites.
I kind of feel like you can do a great performance out of this.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah. And
Okay.
the last but not least, Armenia.
Armenia.
We gonna dance, 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 swinging it left to right, turning off the light. Dahu make اليد
So I like this better than last year's.
Controversial song.
I know. And I know last year won, but I think this was a better song. This felt like a fun dance song.
But
And-
more kind of appropriate for children
Exactly.
Eurovision.
For junior
yeah.
Eurovision, exactly.
The video was excellent.
Yeah, they had that long continuous shot, which is always cool. That takes a
Cool
lot of effort. to
sets,
set up.
nice dancing.
Great costumes too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was a very interesting rap part that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, it was an interesting rap part.
Yeah.
I don't, maybe maybe don't move over Eminem just yet. But,
But that was cool.
Not
I
bad.
really like it.
yeah, it's always cool to see some different styles thrown in there, right? All right, so that's the entries so far. There's definitely going to be some more released, so check back soon. We'll let you know our harsh critiques on those entries as well.
And we'll tell you who is our favorite when
Mhm.
we've seen all of them.
Yeah, that's
So
all right.
come back.
Excellent. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
Bye bye.